Hey guys, Dylan here. Now today we have a really good video. I'm sure all you guys know who Gibi is. People have begged me to talk about him for a while, and ever since my last video especially wanted me to talk about him, because Gibi has been confirmed to be working with the Christian White Knights. They gave him information, and he helped them take down Sockness, so he actually worked with the White Knights. That is important to know. And in my last video, my last big Christian video, I played a clip of me from a call where I insulted the White Knights, and that apparently upset Gibi, and this is Gibi's reaction to my last video. So let's go to the magical land of Twitter. Someone comments saying, I heard that Chris's White Knights attacked a YouTuber known as ỵ彙. This is starting to piss me off, as I can't stand to see when someone doesn't believe in the merge get attacked fiercely and receive dox threats. And Gibi says it's actually the other way around. I'm not shitting you, he said that. And then we get the typical bruh. We get more bruhs. We've heard the call. It was pretty one-sided attack. Yeah, Dylan insulted them, but they threatened and tried to bully him. That is true. Not just him, but many. Chris has definitely become a mob boss. He sends the mob of quick White Knights to attack those who doesn't believe in the merge. Me and a few of my friends on Discord were raided by these cultists and were received dox threats, and there's a whole bunch of shit involving this doxing stuff, but I'm not going to talk about it now. I don't know if I ever will talk about it. Pretty sure it's not the other way around. They bullied Dylan in the chat to get into the chat. They lied to me to get me into the chat, and then when I got there, they tried to fuck with me. And I told them that I didn't take their threats seriously. Well, I, being the man that I am, retweeted this and said, not even shocked that he would say this, to be honest. They're the ones that helped him fight against Sockness. They also confirmed in the call that Gibi took the deal that I wouldn't. Birds of a feather flock together. And by that I mean they said in the call that they had offered Gibi stuff and he took it. But I didn't take what they were offering me. They said that they could give me stuff to make me as popular as Gibi is. And I told them to fuck off. So Gibi responds with, I only deal in facts. I said, facts are, you are a ween and a wannabe troll. It's honestly pathetic that you chose to support these tards. And then we get a response. Also, the fact that Gibi likes tranny cocks. I can't confirm that one. What call, what deal? And then someone fills that guy in. Let's see if there's anything more. Devin probably sucked MKR's severed dick so he doesn't get doxxed. The one that Hug uses as a new chew toy. God. And then I continued by saying, the way that I see things, I have considered at Gibi to be a troll ever since he tried to get Chris on Dr. Phil. I have considered him a ween ever since he helped the White Knights fight against Sockness. We should watch, document, and critique. We should not interfere. And that is how I still feel about all this whole fucking Christian shit. I had the opportunity to join a group that was trying to fight against the group that Gibi has been helping, and I turned them down. Even though it would benefit me, I didn't do it because that's not what I'm about. I'm about watching, documenting, and critiquing Christian. And then someone said do a video on Gibi, and that's happening now. But the reason why I did a video on Gibi is not because of this stupid little Twitter interaction. That's nothing. Someone leaked this DM from Gibi on his not DeviantArt. It sounds like it's from DeviantArt, to be fair. But it's actually from his Discord. And if it wasn't for this, I probably wouldn't cover him. But this is fucking hilarious, and I want you guys to see this shit. This is the shit he wouldn't tell me on Twitter. This is the shit he couldn't DM me himself. He had to say it to someone else. Let me address some stuff. I never watched any of Dylan's videos. I like to react to Chris stuff as it happens, so watching other people do the same isn't interesting to me. Well, I actually do watch all of Gibi's videos. In fact, if you look at his YouTube, you can see that I watch his videos. There's red lines on the Christian-related content. I do watch his shit. So I don't really know Dylan that well, and he's already spelled my name in 2 different ways and didn't capitalize it that time. Dylan has sent me messages before, mainly about Jacob. I was wanting to know why he was helping them during the Sockness shit. He acted all high and mighty about the fact that he didn't make videos about Jacob because he believed Jacob wanted attention and that giving and doing it would be giving him what he wanted. That's one of the reasons why I fucking didn't want to cover Jacob anymore. But the main reason why I didn't want to cover Jacob is because it would help people like MKR. I don't help the White Knights. I don't help the trolls. I help myself. I cover what I want to when I want to. If I know that these groups want me to do something, chances are I'm not going to do it. I understand his position. I respected it. It's factually inaccurate, but I respected it. And he's not going to say how it's factually inaccurate. He just said it, and you're supposed to take it at face value. Weeks after I had been covering Jacob, someone anonymously gave me that audio. I posted it in the Jacob files. When Dylan said he was given the same offer, I assume he means that, no, I wasn't offered that audio. I was told by the people in the DMs that the stuff that they gave to you, they could give to me too. They literally said that word for word, that they had given you this shit and that they would make me as popular as you. Their words exactly. When Dylan said he was given the same offer, I assume he means that he was given the audio too. He refused to take it. Not because he didn't want to work with MKR and those other people, that is exactly why I would never take it, but because he didn't want to cover Jacob Sockness. Not really. I really didn't want to cover Jacob Sockness because you guys started an autistic civil war to see who could get close to Chris. And then as soon as you helped MKR secluded Chris away and then started to use Chris in very similar ways that Sockness did. MKR isn't any better than Jacob Sockness. The only difference is MKR hasn't made it public yet that they want to try to fuck Chris, but they're almost just as bad as Sockness. When I took the audio, I didn't know, and still technically don't know, that it was supplied by MKR Crowd. Well, that's what you should look into shit and not just take shit at face value, but you have trouble doing that. You have difficulties actually looking into shit. I don't just take any information that's given to me and just use it. I actually look into the shit before I cover anything. Recently, the White Knights went to Dylan and told him that they don't like that he's mean to Chris. Yes, they did. I think we all know that Dylan is mean to Chris. You can call it mean if you want to. I call it honest. As far as I can tell, it was WK, why don't you just say White Knights, that approached Dylan, but it was Dylan who started insulting them. Now see, that's where you are wrong. Let's pull up this. This is our chat log. I'm telling them that I don't want to get in the call, and then MKR says, yeah, but you're kinda acting like a jerk. That was the first insult thrown. I looked through all of it. She is the one who insulted me first. She called me a jerk. So, you are factually incorrect, Gibi. You are wrong. She is the one who started shit with me. And I don't care if she's a trap or not. I'll call her she just to be convenient. I don't fucking care. Making things hostile, etc. No, they threatened me. They straight up threatened me. I could scroll through this even further, or you could just watch my video. But they threatened me and said that they would make... Oh, right here. Or we can have a civil chat. Well, I suppose the next comic could feature you and Sockness as a couple. They threatened me. That's how it went down, Gibi. I don't care. You didn't look into this. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're fucking clueless. You need to look into this shit before you have an opinion on anything, Gibi. That's how rational people handle things. Dylan then used his platform to villainize the White Knights. They villainized themselves. When you go up to people and threaten them with their docs or threaten them by making weird fucking hentai, then that makes you the bad guy. You started shit with people. I didn't approach them. They approached me. I didn't threaten them first. They threatened me. That's like saying if someone breaks into your house and you shoot them, you're the bad guy for resorting to violence first. They fucking started shit with me, and I ended it. That's a level of petty drama I thought was beneath even him, but I guess not. I guess you don't know who I am. People started sending me messages on Twitter saying MKR attacked Dylan, which she did. I responded with a single message, it's the other way around, which is true. Although at this point, they've both been nasty to each other. Dylan then chimed in. If you aren't familiar with Twitter, and this boomer actually explains to you how fucking Twitter works, and he's wrong with how he explains it, there are two ways to reply to a post. You can either reply directly, or you can quote tweet, which is a mean to broadcast to all your followers. Or it's just retweeting. I don't think Twitter invented retweeting for harassment, Gibi. People usually do this in some way to get their followers to dogpile one person. That didn't happen. My audience did not dogpile you. I just retweeted a response because it was funny. I could have responded to you directly, which I did do, and then you gave me Facebook tier memes as a response. But I guess that's my fault for using Twitter as it was intended. When Dylan quote tweeted me, he referred to me in the third person. I don't like when Gibi does X, as opposed to I don't like when you do X. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore. It's clear that he felt like he was above me. I don't think I'm above anyone. I think we are all on the exact same playing field. I don't see myself as greater than you, Chris, or anyone Gibi. Purposefully disrespected me. Not really. I just gave my honest opinion. If you're disrespected, then you shouldn't be looking in the mirror. If you resemble the thing that offends you, then that's on you. Did not want to discuss this with me. He says that, but he didn't hit me up in the DMs, and he didn't try to tell me any of this shit. He just gave snarky responses and then fucked off with a Facebook meme. And just wanted his fans to attack me. Proved that I did that. Proved that my intentions were to attack you, Gibi. You can't just make up conspiracy theories on the fly. The best part is, when Dylan, and still lowercasing my name, unchallenged King of the Weens. Okay. Give me examples. Give me examples on how I'm a ween. I did this with the last bunch of retards that tried to fuck with me. Give me examples of me weaning. Go ahead. Try. They had a chance last time to prove that I was an A-log, and they couldn't fucking do it. I challenge you, Gibi. Prove that I am a ween, and I will fucking accept it. I'll change my name on Twitter to Dylan the Ween if you can fucking prove it to me. Accuse me of being a ween. You are a ween. You are, and I'll prove it in a second. Which is literally no one in the Chris Chan community would take seriously. Oh, but you are a ween, and I'll prove it in a second. He also said I was a troll because of the Dr. Phil thing. I've spoken about this before, but back when I did the Dr. Phil thing, I never expected Chris Chan to find out about it. Okay, so he's talking about the Dr. Phil shit. And this is why I say that he is a ween, a wannabe troll. He sucks at trolling, but he tried, and intent is what matters. Now, I'm going to play this clip, which is from him, and you can hear him talk about this. And tell me if you think that he didn't think that Chris Chan would ever find out about this.
Hey everyone, my name is Gibi, and welcome to the Chris Chan update for the week of February 17th through February 24th. The Dr. Phil petition I supported on my last episode has reached 900 signatures, and we just need a small push to get it past the 1,000 mark. I think we can do it, and I'm going to explain why I think we should do it. Now, this petition isn't going to get Chris on Dr. Phil. You need to actually consent to be on the show, and who knows if Chris would do that. But what Dr. Phil does do is look into strange people. And if just one person on his team, who actually has the power to help Chris from the outside, looks into his case and is horrified with what they find and is a kind enough soul to actually help, then we could say mission accomplished. Dr. Phil has a Twitter account, @DrPhil, and I think once the petition reaches 1,000 signatures, people should tweet at the account saying that they want Dr. Phil to help Chris.
See, he actually made that thing in the attempts to get Chris Chan on Dr. Phil, and thought that if people harass Dr. Phil, that it might actually fucking happen. I don't care what he says in this video. This video was made after everyone gave him shit, after everyone told him it was a terrible idea. I don't fucking care. He made a whole video shilling it, and that's what he has to fucking stand behind. He said it was a good idea because he thought Dr. Phil could help Chris. And now, for another example to how he's a retard, he has spread around this stupid fucking idea that Chris Chan has a tulpa. Now, I know it says have a tulpa question mark, but he brings it up in his other videos like it's a fucking fact, so I'm gonna treat it like it's a fact. In this video, he states what a tulpa is, that it's an imaginary friend, and that it's something people can trick themselves into having. Now, this is a theory. This is Gibi's own thoughts to what could be true. But because Gibi keeps repeating it all the fucking time in his videos and treating it like it's fact, people have said that Chris Chan actually has tulpas, when no one can prove that Chris Chan has a tulpa. No one can prove that Chris Chan is anything. You can't prove he's schizophrenic. You can't prove he's any other fucking condition that you want to fucking throw at him. If you want to fucking call him anything, call him autistic. That is the one thing that you can prove. That is the one thing that is factually correct. So, Gibi wants to fucking make up these things and spread them around like they're true. He wants to fucking try to get Chris on Dr. Phil, even though that's a bad idea. He accepts information given to him by the Chris Chan White Knights to attack Sockness with, and he does that. He makes several videos about Sockness attacking him, and because of this, he opened up a power vacuum that allowed the White Knights to get even closer to Chris and seclude him into a server where they threatened to dox people, did dox people, and did a lot more shady shit. So just know, it fucking exists. I have the PDF saved on my computer. I know this shit existed. I know what they did in those servers. I know what the servers were called. I know what went on in them. That's a fact. And Gibi either helped them directly or helped them indirectly, but either way, he was manipulated by a group of autistic people on Twitter to take down Sockness so they could get close with Chris, and he fucking did it. But let's keep reading this. Let's keep reading this shit. Accuse me of being a ween, which literally no one in the Chris Chan community would take seriously. He also said, I was a troll because of the Dr. Phil thing. I've spoken out about this before, but back when I did the Dr. Phil thing, I never expected Chris to find out about it. Once he did, I called the whole thing off. Yeah, and I'm sure that got people to just instantly stop harassing Dr. Phil. Got people to instantly leave it alone, because you know, Chris Chan trolls have been known to be very rational people, Gibi, and when you do a call to action, they'll definitely just stop when you tell them to. Not wanting to interfere, and in this year since then, I have multiple times said that I wish I hadn't done it, but apparently to Dylan, it makes me a terrible troll. It makes you a wannabe troll, which that's what you are, because at first you enthusiastically supported it, then you said we could do this, and you fucking kept trying to get it to happen. I don't care if it had good intent or not. You made it a running meme, and you wanted it to be a reality. You are a shit Chris Chan troll, but I see you on the same levels as the trolls. You're using your audience to fuck with people. Dr. Phil didn't want that shit to happen to him, but you fucking did it anyway, didn't you, Gibi? I never had any problems with Dylan before. I knew from other people telling me about him that he wasn't nice to Chris, but it's clear now that he's kind of a child who projects his own issues onto other people. Oh yeah, play backseat psychologist with me. Play backseat psychologist with me, you fucking idiot. And lets his fans do the dirty work. Oh yeah, I've been known to do that. Honestly, I don't care what he says about me, then you'll love this video. But quote tweeting someone, all of this is because he got triggered that I fucking retweeted him. That's all this is. With an insult is a level of disrespect that I can't abide by. Oh no, I disrespected him, and he didn't put a space after the period. So we fundamentally, wait, what? Oh, he wanted to say I fundamentally, but he didn't erase the I. We fundamentally disagree that interfering with Jacob is the same as interfering with Chris, especially after Jacob started threatening me. You shouldn't have got involved with Jacob to begin with, you absolute fucking idiot. You only made things worse, and I would be okay with disagreeing with him. Now, this is one thing I'm gonna say, Gibi. Prove to me that if Jacob wasn't stopped by you and the fucking retard brigade, that he would ever actually make it to Chris's house? Here's the answer. You can't fucking prove it. You don't have a time machine. You can't see into alternate dimensions. You're not part of the merge. You can't fucking prove to me that you stopped a damn thing. There's no one out there that can prove to me that if Jacob showed up to Chris's door, Chris would have let him in and Chris would have been raped. No one can prove that. You guys fucking put it into your own hands to fucking babysit Chris because you think that he's so fucking incompetent that he can't stop Jacob himself. And that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. That's why I don't interfere with Chris. I think that he's an adult that can do things for himself. But you don't think that. You don't think like that. You see him as a fucking victim. And that's the worst part of this. Especially after Jacob started threatening me. And I would be okay with disagreeing with him if he wasn't such a douche about other topics. Oh no, I'm wrong because I'm an asshole. I'm not close to MKR crowd. You can't prove that to me. I do no good on Kiwi farms. I don't go on Kiwi farms either. I abhor doxing in all forms. Okay, keep saying that. For any reason. With that said, MKR is sometimes useful tool for getting info on Chris. Hey Gibi, I don't see people as useful tools. I don't see people as objects to be used. I see them as people. And if I disagree with what people do, I don't work with them. I don't take stuff from them. I don't use them. You want to play backseat psychologist? That sounds a little shady to me. That sounds a little shady. Public doesn't know about. I am in contact with her, but we are not friends. Birds of a feather. Feel free to ask any follow-up questions, Gibi. And then he ends it off with, I don't agree with any of the White Knights going along with Chris's delusions. Yeah, you want to pretend like he has stuff, so then he can add that to his delusions. I know for a fact that MKR and Aqua aren't true believers. Okay, does that matter? That makes them just as bad as the fucking idea guys. They don't believe in his shit, but they're feeding into it to use him and to manipulate him. And you fucking let these people near him. And you help them with their retarded schemes. They just pretend to be so that Chris doesn't shut them out. And so they can protect him. I don't think Chris needs protecting. I think Chris should be able to do things on his own or suffer the consequences. I don't think I'm Chris's babysitter, and I don't think any of you guys should be either. I think protecting Chris is important. I don't. If he needs protection, he can call a cop. If he needs protection, he can get off the internet. If he needs protection, he can do a lot of different things. Having other children on the internet babysitting him? That's not protection. But I would never go that far. Again, I am very willing to work with people I disagree with. It's all about their attitude. Well, my attitude is, go fuck yourself, Gibi, you are a fucking retard. That is my attitude. And that is the attitude I'm sticking with. That is the attitude I'm sticking with. If you work with these people, you're helping them. If you do this shit, if you take the information they give you and you make it into videos, you're doing what they want you to. I could easily do the same. I get this shit offered to me constantly, but I look into the people who are giving it to me. And if I don't like them or don't agree with them, I don't use the shit. I don't try to get close with Chris. I don't hang out with people who are close to Chris. I don't enable Chris. I just look at Chris's shit, critique it, and have fun with my videos. You can call it hostile, you can call it bullying, you can call it whatever you want to. I just call it honesty. I am honest with Chris, and if people find it funny, good for them. I don't think I'm above Chris. I don't hate Chris. You can't find any videos where I wish harm on Chris because I haven't wished harm on Chris. You can't find any examples of me trolling Chris because I don't troll Chris. You can't find any examples of me helping Chris's trolls or White Knights because I don't fucking do that. Can you say the same, Gibi? Can you say the same? I don't think you can. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Gibi. He sucks. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it. If you want to see more, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. Before the credits roll, I thought I'd give a shout out to my multiple ways of making money. YouTube is starting to slowly sanitize the platform, making it hard for people to make money on edgier content like I do. So I'm reminding you guys that I have a Patreon. The Patreon has plenty of reward tiers, including seeing my podcast early and possibly getting on the show if I can fit that into the schedule. I have video recommendation tiers that you can try to get into. And if all else fails and my YouTube falls apart, I always have a BitChute account. So remember to check out all these different things in the description below.